All right, welcome to another draft here at Magicanotes. Let's see here. Last draft we salvaged a 2-1 by facing some bad decks, which is really always the key to at least my success. And yeah, we're just gonna see if we can either find our tribal lane or build a control deck. That being my craft theory for how to play this I think it's a deceptively difficult draft format. You have these tribal lanes. You either kind of have to try to commit early and get in, or not. I don't know. It's hard. It's definitely harder than I thought, just looking at the spoiler. But then again, it's hard to understand a set by looking at the spoiler. I wonder why the white mana symbol always gets to be on top. It's definitely a favoritism. Here we go. Okay, not the rare you want to see. Yeah. Arcane Adaptation, I don't think is good. Deathless Ancient, it's a reasonable thing, but it's definitely very vampire specific. Walk the Plank is just fantastic removal. And I think a pretty easy first pick. I don't mind Stormfleet Arsonist, but it's high level. Vanquish the Weak. This is actually a pretty good black pack. I bet you that'll probably go next. Just being nice, good, generic. Yeah, but Walk the Plank, 2 mana removal sounds great. Okay, a plant for constructed with ashes. The elaborate fire cannon, I have no idea if good or not, but I don't think this is where I want to start. Favorable wins is the flying deck, which if it wheels, maybe. Yeah, Jade Guardian is a really good merfolk card. It's not open. Mark of the Vampire pretty much goes in any black deck. And I think that's a little more of an open card than really committing pretty early to a merfolk. It's not really one of the... I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. Jade Guardian. Well, worst case scenario, I have to abandon it. I am not falling in love with merfolk, but we'll see what it is. Pious Interdiction is a great removal. Steadfast Armasaur, fortisum for 2/3, and it's really hard. It's hard to interact with in combat. No great black, no great. Well, another Jade Guardian, but I think I would definitely take the Armasaur or the Pious Interdiction over it. Between a good 4-drop and a good removal, I think I'm going to take the good removal first. I think that's a good choice. Hard to say. Interesting. Okay, so nothing white. No great black cards. No great cards, period. I don't think that one's pretty good. The Runaground, Spiketail. I think the Water Trap Weaver is the strongest overall card. Even then, it's not superb. It's really such a tempo card, though. Run Aground is pretty nice tempo and tempo removal. We'll just take one card of each color. Okay, now we're looking for some serious signals, and I think the Imperial Aerosaur is it. Nice flying, jumps something up. No real removal. Siren's Ruse is nice in the pirate deck. Costly Plunder is pretty good. We can kill a vampire with it. Okay, but the Aerosaur, good aggressive, good. Oh, wow. Okay, so it looks like black. I mean, I wouldn't say that's a late Deathless Ancient, but it certainly makes me think that no one's in vampires to my right when I already have a couple other good cards. I like Desperate Castaways, but I don't love Desperate Castaways. It's a pretty good blocker, mediocre attacker, and nothing else I think is really worth taking. So we'll speculate and kind of see if we get some vampires. Well, there's no vampires here. Super. try to put somebody on my left on. I mean, these are just no. Dive Down, everyone says is supposed to be a good card. It just helps cheap and helps you win combat early. If the blue is really flowing, Mark of the Vampire, I've just had good luck with. So we'll just play this Who Needs Creatures. We'll take the Vampire being a little more on color. Okay. Still no real payoffs. Legion Conquistador. There was one earlier, and that could potentially wheel. I do like Slash of Talons in a slower, more controlling, grindy deck. I think the power level's higher. Or you can take the Conquistador and hope to get the wheel and just get a bunch of those. It's just such a lame card. Wow, that's a late Vanquish of the Week. So once again, black appears to be open. A lot of this for Castaways. There'll be a happy pirate deck on my left, I imagine. Okay, we'll invest in. There's that Conquistador that wheeled. I think I want the Queen's Bay Soldier just for some vampire payoffs more than Heartstopper. I don't mind Blightkeeper, but I don't love it. I think it's something you really want to enable raid. So Queen's the Agent isn't bad. I wouldn't say it's great. Okay, well. Costly Plunder might actually be okay in this deck. So we started out, we got some pretty good removal. I'll take it. See if I can get my person to my left on red. And a very high level. Okay, Sorceress Spyglass. I've seen this be occasionally hilarious when it stops a Cutlass. Contract Killing is awesome removal, and I think that's just where this is probably a stronger card. I might be able to get a Legion Conquistador. Probably not the Paladin. 5 mana. Yeah, 5 mana kill anything. I think it just answers too many questions. Shadowed Caravel. Skyblade, Costly Plunder. The Caravel would be interesting. It's kind of the payoff for the Explorer deck. Given that I have one 6-drop Explorer, I don't think I'm there, though there can be a good number of Explorer creatures, but I think the defensive 2-drop is where I want to be right now. Thaumatic Compass. This is the one that turns into Maze of Ith. That seems like it could be great in a control deck. Green is flowing back this way, which isn't surprising given how little I saw. Maybe I'll get the Sunrise Seeker out of here, but it's the only thing. Yeah, it helps me ramp. Turns into the Maze of Ith. I think that's a pretty good card. Wow, it's a second Ashes. That's just fantastic. Okay, so we have a really good, a decent removal, but I already have some good high-end removal, and a lot of times this just gets subbed out. So I think Skullduggery, kind of as a situational card, will be fine. Kind of hoping for some more vampire. Hot vampire action. Okay, Self-Rebooter I think is just a superb black card. I will happily take it. Deadeye Plunders I don't think is worth splashing because I don't really have a whole lot. Oh, Call to the Feast and the Skyblade Legion. I think this is a pretty easy feast. I think I'm liking that. See if we can get another Legion Conquistador or two. What other? So I really am hoping for the +2/+0 vampire booster. Haven't seen any of those yet. And that common, I was kind of at higher. Oh, I ask and I receive. Yeah, I think this is the card that makes it happen. I got 3 2-drops, so I'm not feeling too crunched. High Curve. This might be if I get one more. Don't really have any treasure makers. The Lurking Chupacabra and the Sunrise Seeker. Okay, this is great in the Explorer deck, which if I get Explorer creatures can be kind of fun. Right now I don't have Explorer creatures, but What am I really passing on? Ramping to 5. Sunrise Seeker. Sunrise Seeker is fine, but it's nothing spectacular. I think this is just high-end sideboard if I get lucky with some. Wow! I think I want that. That's a great defensive creature. So I want a Prime Blade. I mean, probably not. This is kind of a ramp deck, but nothing else in here. I'm certainly not going to play 2 costly plunders, so I guess I'll take that for the board. Blue seems pretty open. That's really late. That's a pretty good 2-drop, and that's a pretty good tempo card. Wow. How open are Merfolk? That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Well, I'm not going to play the Ashes, and I'm not going to play either of those. Do-do-do. Okay. Feeling pretty good where I'm at with pretty solid removal, trick, ramp. Fascinating. Okay, so Argyl's Bloodfast I just don't think is very good. Don't think it's playable in particular. A second Deathless Ancient. It's pretty good with a lot of vampires, and I do have a lot of vampires. The other options here... What the hell? Okay. Whoa, that was weird. A Pirate's Cutlass is pretty good, but I think a really good 6-drop to get a grind. Or do I want a Pirate's Cutlass? I already have one Deathless Ancient. We'll speculate on the Pirate's Cutlass for now. Huh, Air Elemental coming back to haunt me. Ooh, Inspiring Cleric or Duskborn Sky Marcher. I'm a little weaker in the 3-drop slot. Duskborn Sky Marcher, however, is really good aggressive. I think I want the grindier card. Okay. As we watch the green continue to flow, be interesting if there's a route to this. I don't mind the Direfleet Interloper, and I do have the Lurking Chupacabra in case I do get more Explorer payouts. 3/3, and I think I like Skullduggery more than Vampire Zeal. So we'll take that. Okay. Ooh, the Territoria Hammer Skull. I think that's just too good to ignore. Though I would like to... Yeah, that's a... shockingly late. Okay, I think a Sky Marcher or a second Legion Conquistador. This is actually an interesting question. You have kind of the more aggressive versus the longer, grindier. I think already having one Conquistador and just needing more 3s, I think this becomes a better choice. Arguably could be the wrong call. I don't think I want Cobbled Wings. This isn't really a flying deck. I think the Skittering Heartstopper. Ooh, a second. Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. When it rains, it pours. Okay. A second Anointed Deacon, which I think is great. A Pious Interdiction, which is great. To already have 5 pieces of removal. I think I want... This is actually a really tough choice. Bishop's Soldier, which is also great, but I have 5. I have the low drops. I think I want another Anointed Deacon. It's hard to say no to that Dusk Legion Dreadnought, but you do what you gotta do. Duress for the sideboard, I guess. I don't really need I have Skullduggery. I don't need Vampire Zeal. Demystify for the sideboard. Now we're really starting to reach here, aren't we? I might play the Cutthroat. Actually, no, it's not going to make it. I already have those drops. Deathless Ancient did not come back around. It's not too surprising. That's a late dive down. Maybe blue was underdrafted at the table. Nice chalice. Okay, well, it's a deck. Gotta make one cut. One cut. One cut. I like all my spells. Maybe. Is this not a Mark of the Vampire deck? Mark of the Vampire is at its best when there's evasion. I don't really have a lot of evasion. So I think I want I think I want Pirate's Cutlass more than I want Mark. The next question, so how much Explorer do I have? I have a Squire, Interloper. Yeah, so definitely not a Chupacabra. If I had one more, or two, yeah, probably with two more. It'd be nice to be able to use Costly Plunder if I had a little more of a sacrifice, but I don't have that either. Yeah, I think this is just going to be a straight up kind of value play, forcing some awkward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not the only 6. Huh. Only 6 vampires. That surprises me somehow. I could ditch Skullduggery as well. Such a great play, though. Okay, well, I think we're gonna park this. We'll probably do a 9-8 swamp to plains. Add that to the deck. Then we'll come back and we'll look at this in the morning with a clear eyes. Thanks for watching. As always, check out Magicanotes, no L, for all your questionable magic insight and bad plays. Have a good night.